Hello beautiful souls. So this video is again requested not only by you guys but also just by my friends, and a lot of people I know in real life are always like, oh, how do you make your clothes, and what's your inspiration for the things that you make. So I thought to make kind of like a deep dive in the pieces I've already made, because I am gonna make a lot more. So I'll probably make like an updated video with those pieces if this one goes well and if you guys like this video. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk a bit about the piece, what inspired me to make it and things like that. So I think I'll just start. To start off with, this is one of the first things that I made. It's kind of like thrift flipped basically from this Hugo Boss shirt, like long sleeve shirt that I thrifted once, but I thrifted to make this basically. So I made this top with like the attached sleeve with some hoops in it, and here as well. You can't really see it. Also a disclaimer, all these pieces that I'm gonna hold up are probably like not gonna be like visible very well, like hold up. Oh my fucking god. So all of these pieces are probably going to be like very funky looking when I hold it up, but you'll see it in the trying part that it does look like a clothing piece. So this was actually inspired on like the Charlotte Knowles? No, the Danielle Gizio, do I say that right? Danielle Gizio top with like it's the mesh top with the print on it and rings on it. So this top was inspired on that, and I actually really like how this turned out. The only thing is that the fabric is a little bit see-through, so I don't wear it that often because of that, but otherwise I really love that piece. It's one of the first pieces that I've like thrift flipped that I actually really loved and that I actually worn myself, because most of the pieces that I thrift flip I just resell on like my Vinted, so I'll keep it up here. So then another piece that I made quite a while ago, it's not gonna be visible again. But it's this like cropped sweater, so it's not visible. It's like a detachable collar. It's really not visible. So what I basically did was, this was like one long piece and I cut it like the under part off, so it's cropped, and then this I made into a collar. So it kind of gave me like, I don't know, just a cool vibe. I don't know, I just cut it off and I was like, oh my god, this would look cool if it was like a collar. So I'm still thinking of like attaching it, but I also like it that it is detachable, so that's why I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that's that piece. It's really long ago. I just got that sweater thrifted and like I love the material and like the knit of it, but I just didn't like the silhouette, so that's why I came up with that. This one you saw in like 2 videos ago is this cap that I made. Basically this cap was first blue. I think you can still see it a bit on the inside. No, you can't. But I basically bleached it, and then like twice or something, and then I dyed it with coffee, and then I spray painted it with black paint, and then I put all these like chains on it with like safety pins and this misbehave label that I still had laying around, but I just love the tribal print of it and I thought like, oh, it would be cool to have it on the cap. So basically this cap is like a junkyard of things that I like. So yeah, and I also like attached this kind of clasp thing so I can like clasp it on my pants, because this hat actually really matches the color of this pants that I made, which I'll tell about in a second. So yeah, that's why I had this to clasp it on that pants, so it kind of like gets like one thing, but it's not, you know, like it just looks like it's made for each other, if that makes sense. So now about the pants. I made this one very recently actually. The first, like the upper part was just a pants, like not really a pants, but it goes until the knees. It kind of looked like these kind of horse riding pants, but I wasn't into it, but I really loved like the wash of it and like this panel So then I stitched these kind of lines down the middle, but I still didn't like it. I was like, I really wanted to be like a long pants, so I was searching for fabric to match it, and then I found this like very long skirt that you see. You can't see that it's a skirt, but so then I found this long skirt, right? And it was, I think, like a size large, and then I just cut it in the middle, and I took the pockets off in the back, and I attached it like just above the knee, and then I made a slit here so it would like feel more comfy on my legs and doesn't like, you know, doesn't feel like a skinny jeans that I'm wearing, since it is on my calves. Yeah, since it goes a bit over my calves, but I didn't want to feel it, so yeah. And the thing is, like, I could have made the slit on the inside, but I didn't want that because this has a slit, right? I wanted to have it like, because I wanted it to be like a long pants, but I also wanted to be able to show the shoes that I wear underneath. So you still have this panel of the other actual jean that it's attached to. So you still have this panel, so it's not like a very big slit till up, because I wouldn't like that. And yeah, that's how I made this, basically, of like a skirt and a pants that had the same wash, luckily, because I thrifted these on 2 separate days. But I managed to do that. And how I did these lines is basically I first like drawn lines, so I'm sure they're like symmetrical and stuff. So if you are doing stuff like this, really pin your things down, flat iron your things, draw on it so you're sure it's gonna be like the perfect fit and you don't mess it up, because that's what I did before. Like, I didn't pin things down, I didn't iron the seams that I wanted to make down, and then you just get like lumps and bumps, and that's not cute. So I do recommend doing that. I'll just do the other pants that I made. I also worn this in my videos before. These were basically 2 pants that I never worn, but I just loved the wash of this when it was inside out, and I thought it would be cool if like this part of the other pants, you know, like the upper part, would be, you know, like the flare, because it would be like just the perfect fit that I wanted it to be. And then I just took a panel from like the excess fabric that I had from this one, and I put it in here to close it up. So that's how I did this. As you can see, it's kind of like cut in a V shape like that. So I think, I don't know, I didn't measure it. This pants was so winged out. It was just by luck that this turned out good. And then I just de-stressed this bit because I thought it would look a bit cooler. And yeah, and that's how I made this one. And I get a lot of compliments on this one. I get a lot of jokes on this one, like, ha! Are you wearing your pants inside out? I'm like, no, I'm not, but okay. So yeah, that's how I made that. I didn't want to like throw the pants away, but it were like pants that I couldn't resell or anything, so I thought let's just try to make something with it, and that's what came out of it. Then this is a skirt that I wanted to show. It's kind of like a thrift flip, but I wanted to show it to show you guys that you don't have to be able to sew to make new things, you know. So this is a skirt that I made. It has like this ruching effect, right? But it's a mesh skirt, and it's actually just a straight line skirt, but I just ruched it up with my hand and then I safety pinned it down. So because it's a very drapey material, it just drapes down very beautifully, as you can see, and you'll see it better in the try on. But yeah, basically I just did it with like a safety pin, and it's such an easy hack for if you want to wear a skirt or you like the fabric of a skirt but you don't like the silhouette of it or something like that. You can just play around with some safety pins, you know. So this top, it's not again, how do I show this? I can't. I feel like I can't. Okay, so this is basically the front. This is basically just a dupe that I made for like the He and Co top from this summer's collection, because I loved it. I really studied the silhouette and how all the threads go. So I just basically made that piece because I really wanted to buy it, but I bought like another top of them that I wanted more, and I couldn't like make that center element, but I just made these beads I still have to like paint them black or like get proper beads for this one, but it doesn't bother me. It's like quirky and it's still cute, you know. But I made this beads out of clay, let them air dry. So I just made this top because I wanted the real one, but I didn't want to pay for it. And I just really studied how the top was put together and like what kind of fabric it was, and then I just made it myself. I don't know what else to say. This is a top that I made very recently. It's actually a prototype because I wanted to start selling things like this. You can't really see it because I wanted to start a Depop brand. Not sure yet when that is gonna come because I'm also starting to make jewelry and I might want to go further on that because that's a very big passion of mine. So I don't know yet, but this one will probably be up on my Vinted soon because my boobs are too big for it. But I really love it. Like, this is my own design, my own creation. I'm very proud of it, of how it turned out, and yeah, I just love everything about it. Then this is a sweater that I made recently as well. It's inside out, but it doesn't really matter. It's just this very distressed look, and I just really love distressed clothing, the distressed look of everything. And I saw that Acne Studios was selling something like this, but I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that, I'm just gonna make it myself. And this one turned out so well, so I'm very happy of that. So that's the story behind this. Yeah, this is a skirt that I made a while ago, I think. And this was just a sweater, but it had this like elastic band on the end. I don't know why actually, but yeah. Anyway, and then I cut the top part off, right? And I distressed this as well. And then this part, because you know, this is very short up here and kind of cheeky, so I just tie this bit around it since it's kind of, yeah, it's just the shape that's out of that, so it's long enough to cover it. So I just like tie it around it like that, and I distress this as well. I really can't explain, but I just wanted to have like kind of a sweaterish skirt. I don't know why, I just wanted to have it. And that's how this baby came out of it. So this top is basically like half sweater-ish, very drapey sleeve, and yeah, I just love asymmetric things. I love big sleeves, so I love gray, and that was a fabric my mom gave me like a very long while ago. So that top is really made from scratch, you know, just a panel of fabric. It's one of the first pieces also that I made really from start to finish, from scratch, like not a thrift flap at all. And I'm so proud of it. I'm sorry that I'm saying that, but yeah, my mom gave me that fabric and she was like, use this fabric when you're ready for it, like when I know you're not gonna like fuck it up, because she wanted to make something out of it, and like another fabric as well that I'm gonna show, but she doesn't have the time for it. So she was like, I trust you with this, but if you're gonna make something beautiful to make me proud. And I hope I did. I think I did because she loved it as well. So yeah, very proud of that piece, and that's the story behind that. And then this is the other fabric that she gave me. She wanted to wear this as well, so that's so cute. So it's this like one sleeve sweater as well. Thing is I wanted to be able to have ruching, so like the ruching here, but I also wanted to be able to make it asymmetric as well, right? So I put this thread in it to like give the ruching, but I made the loop on the top so you can wear it as a strap as well. So then you have like this asymmetric feel to it. Yeah, I don't know, this just came up in my head. And I made this from scratch as well, and I love it. I did make a mistake though, since the seam on the sleeve is on top and it's really bothering me, but I know other people don't really pay attention to it, but I do, you know? So I don't know if I'm gonna fix that or not. Maybe if I iron it down, it's not that visible. But yeah, that's also like one of my own creations, and that's one of the pieces that I might wanted to sell. So yeah, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah. This is also a piece that I made. It's a skirt. You can't really see it well. And then it was a very, very long skirt, and then I made like a strap out of it, and I attached it to it that goes from these sides. And then to match it, I had still some excess fabric, and then I made and then I made this top from it. And the straps are actually made from a zipper that I had, like a very long zipper. And then I put a lace here so you can adjust it if you have a bit bigger boobs or smaller boobs, like how tight it is going to be there. But I am going to sell this set on my Vinted as well, I think, since I'm not really going to wear that piece because the top is a bit too tight for my... So yeah, that's that. And then the next thing that I made is another distressed sweater because I wanted to try it on another knit. And this is more like dress length, I guess. I really love it. I wore this like last week and it's very comfy. It is warm, but not too warm since it is still summer and I could wear this. So, you know, like you can really make it as warm and cozy or as fresh and breezy as you want to. So yeah. And then, I don't know, I'm just gonna show this. This is just like a tube top I made from an excess piece of Dolce & Gabbana fabric from a top that I sold. I cropped it and I had this piece over, so that's a tube top. So that's that. This is also a top that I made. You can't see even that it's a top. But this is a top that I made from like the excess fabric of the distressed sweater that I showed you. So basically had this like thread that had the same cream color. So yeah. And I wore this in my last lookbook, so if you haven't seen it yet, this is a tote bag that I made like I think a few days ago or like a week ago, I don't know. But this was like an old pants of my mom. But yeah, so I opened it up, I attached it here. Had the strings on the end here that I love. Like this is actually an elastic band, so it's just mad handy because if you have a lot more stuff in it, it will stretch a bit, so it creates extra space, so it's multifunctional, not only for like beauty purposes, you know. But I still wanted to add some pockets to this maybe, but I also like the clean aesthetic of this, so I'm not sure, and I feel like it just looks very sleek but still detailed because of like the V-cut since it was a pants. And I just love how it drapes on your body basically. And this is a tote bag I made like a very long while ago. It was from like I made this from a top actually, a sheer top. So I made all these ruching panels and then I made like kind of, yeah, so from the ruching I made just one strap basically. And then this was like the front of the top. It was like a blouse, you know, so this was like the front detailing of the blouse, but I didn't have enough fabric from that left, so I used the back of the blouse to make the back of this basically. And then I used another cotton t-shirt that I had but never worn as the lining of it. So that's how this turned out, and I left these straps on them. These were actually like the clothing hanger thingies, but I left them on it so I could like or tie it up like this so the silhouette changes of it, or to like make a loop from it and then I could add some charms on it if I wanted to. So yeah, they do have a purpose and I really love this bag actually. I got a lot of compliments on it, so yeah, that's that. This is a top that I made out of a legging with like the knotting thingy. I'll insert some pictures that I made in it. Very easy to make. You don't have to sew anything, so yeah, that's why I wanted to show that as well, because like not all the clothes that I make are sewn, you know, so you don't need to be able to sew to make clothes. That's what I'm trying to say. Like this top was also a pants, It's like a mesh fabric, but it doesn't fray, so I knew I could just cut a hole, you know. And now I have this top with these very, very big sleeves, and I love it. It gives me witchy nature vibes. I don't know. I'm just showing this so you guys know you don't have to be able to sew, basically. This is also a prototype that I made for something I might wanted to sell, but I wanted to make this in black. So it's a skirt, and it has this detailing here with the laces, but the story behind the skirt is that it's fully adjustable to your waist, to your booty, since this is adjustable as well with the strings. So you can make it longer, you can make it tighter, so it fits multiple sizes, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that's basically it for these items. I'm sorry if I run a bit fast over a few ones, but I didn't want to make this video too long, so that's why. But I just wanted to give you an insight of the things that I've been making lately. The trousers that you saw, and like the gray and the black sweaterish tops, are my most recent pieces. So if you like those a lot, you can expect more of those pieces. And if you want to have like a part 2, or like if you want me to make this kind of a series, am I saying that right? If you want me to make this a series, oh my god, that sounds so weird when I say it. Anyway, so if you want me to do that, I'll like keep you updated with pieces that I make, because I love to do that. And yeah, if you like this video, if you like this channel, or just my face, I don't know, feel free to like and subscribe maybe, if you want to, or if you want to be kind to me. So you will be updated from when I post. Yeah, I hate to ask that. I don't do it in all my videos because I hate it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, my loves.